I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
Oh, let me know. And that's the problem that I have with this whole situation. But I am going to save this conversation for Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You know, you got people calling me. Call me yourself, because this right here is going to go viral. The way my job works on the internet, everybody's going to be clipping, sharing on TikTok. Watch this.
Manipulation and exploitation, reaching straight into the empire of Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Those close to him say he was preparing to reveal how the couple's business network fronted by the streaming platform Tidal was allegedly built on forged deals, silenced creators, and contracts designed to outlive their signers. 6 days after hinting that his fans weren't safe, the artist who fought for musicians' rights was gone.
Out the business, as far as being a black man that was rich in this business at 18 years old, had already did his first $1 million contract, had already broken records, was determined that he didn't want to be like anybody else, was so great of a guitar player that black people just stopped caring about guitar, and he got left out on a limb and somehow still had to create his way out of that. He was
again after his passing has turned into something much bigger. In July 2024, the Prince estate filed explosive court documents accusing Tidal and Roc Nation of falsifying and backdating paperwork to seize control of more than 500 songs. What the filings describe isn't a simple licensing dispute. It's an alleged criminal enterprise. A calculated effort to rewrite history, forge ownership, and exploit an artist's legacy while the world was still grieving. According to the estate, the platform that promised to honor musicians may have used Prince's passing as an opportunity to grab his life's work for itself. The irony is sharp because Prince had once been one of Tidal's loudest supporters. Back in 2015, he publicly praised Jay-Z's service for recognizing and applauding the effort that real musicians put into their craft. At that time, Prince saw Tidal as a refuge from the corporate giants that had long controlled creative labor. He believed Jay-Z was fighting the same fight he had started in the 1990s when he painted the word slave across his face to protest record label contracts. But insiders now say that trust was used against him.
And it was pretty much said like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He, you know, come into the black owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together. So that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story.
It gave them lasting control over hundreds of Prince's recordings. But Prince's own representative during those negotiations, Phaedra Ellis-Lampkins, told investigators that her communications with the company do not match the version of the agreement Tidal presented in court. The estate's legal team says the contract was fabricated and backdated to July 2015, months before Prince's passing, to look legitimate. If that claim is true, the entire foundation of Tidal's ownership collapses, raising the most chilling question of all. If Prince never signed those papers, who did?
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay-Z and his nefarious.
A cover-up meant to secure a billion-dollar catalog by any means. After Prince's passing in April 2016, Tidal began streaming his entire discography from early hits to unreleased vault material. According to filings from NPG Records, none of it was authorized. The company alleges that Tidal rushed to upload everything, gambling that the estate would be too overwhelmed to respond. That gamble might have paid off. For months, Prince's music filled the platform, generating millions, while his heirs struggled to even access his accounts. Jay-Z publicly pushed back the following year with his song Caught Their Eyes released on the album 444. Without naming the case, he positioned himself as Prince's confidant, claiming that they had spoken eye to eye and that he alone understood the late musician's wishes. It sounded like a defense, but to the estate, it felt like a narrative rewrite. The same filings Jay-Z dismissed as greed reveal inconsistencies between the supposed agreement and every verified record of Prince's communications. The timing of the lyrics so soon after the estate's lawsuit struck many as more taunt than tribute.
Oh, none other than Timbaland. Tim.
Hey, brother.
What's up, bro?
I'm blessed.
How you doing?
I'm blessed.
You know what, bro? When you come on the show and I have someone as distinguished as yourself, I got to toast your career and more things to come. Appreciate you.
I'm lawyer and the man Jay-Z accused of seeing green through purple eyes. Macmillan, who also managed several of Prince's siblings, fired back publicly, reminding everyone that he was the one who helped Prince remove the slave protest from his face. He insisted that Jay-Z's companies were trying to control what Prince had spent a lifetime defending, the right to decide how his work was used. Macmillan's account lines up with the estates. There was never a binding contract giving Tidal full rights, only a short-term streaming arrangement for one album. Behind these dueling statements, though, lurked an even darker rumor that Prince himself had shared with his confidants. In early 2016, he told friends he feared that powerful figures were using the promise of creative freedom to ensnare artists in impossible contracts. He mentioned private gatherings where newcomers were pressured to sign away publishing rights or submit to tests of loyalty. Some of those names, he warned, were tied to the same inner circle that controlled Tidal. Whether those claims can ever be proven, they cast a new light on the secrecy surrounding his final months. The July 2024 lawsuit has reignited those suspicions. Among the documents subpoenaed by the estate are internal communications between Tidal executives, Roc Nation attorneys, and Ellis Lampkins, messages the defendants have refused to release, citing a so-called common interest doctrine. Legal experts say that phrase is usually reserved for parties sharing a joint defense, not a commercial contract, suggesting the withheld material could expose coordination among multiple companies to falsify Prince's signature. The estate argues that these withheld messages are the smoking gun. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's camp has attempted to redirect the narrative by emphasizing their claim that Prince personally wanted his music to stay with Tidal. Yet, even that storyline has cracks. According to multiple insiders, Prince's view of the partnership soured in late 2015 when he realized Tidal had already uploaded works beyond the agreed-upon album. Those same insiders say Prince felt betrayed and cornered. He was preparing legal action when he posted that haunting message on April 15, 2016. Just when you thought you were safe.